But that's the same thing that's coming here to America, folks. Are you going to let them just round you up and take you to these trains? You're going to sit in these barbed wire camps until the trains come to get you to take you to the slaughterhouse and not do anything? There's always going to be more prisoners than guards, and you're going to die anyway, so at least die trying to get out of there. You know? Get a backbone. We don't have to be sheep to the slaughter. The sad thing is that most likely we are going to be. You know, a lot of the bride is just going to be tested for their faith and die. They think they're waiting for a rapture, but what's coming is martial law and death in a time of testing. So anyway, you know, and I know the government agents love to get online and pose as Christians and say, well, the commandment says thou shalt not kill. Folks, self-defense is not killing. That's not premeditated murder. It's self-defense. It's protecting yourself and your family. You know, there's a difference between thou shalt not kill and thou shalt not murder. And that's exactly what that word should have been translated as, thou shalt not murder. If they weren't allowed to kill, then David wouldn't have been half the warrior he was. You know, the Old Testament Israelites have always been warriors on the battlefield. And you have a perfect right. It's your God-given right to protect yourself and your families. And so don't let these pastors who are being rolled out by the government to slam Romans 13 down your throat about how you to be submissive to government. Because read the whole chapter. We're to be submissive to government until they go up against the Most High God. And obviously, any kind of martial law and imprisonment and internment and killing of civilians is not of God. And so you have a perfect right to defend yourself, folks. I'm going to start answering some questions from some listeners. Hello, Sherry. My name is Mike, and I live in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. X-Zone Radio sucks. My question to you is how powerful are organ pendants? I received 2 pendants that I had purchased from you on March 4th, and since then I have not seen one chemtrail over my city skies. Usually the pendants are just personal protection. Usually if you want to knock out the chemtrails, you get orgo and saturate your area with them, so that's funny. Does the size of orgo make a difference in the area it affects? I would love to know. You know what the difference between the orgo, folks, the 3 ounce, the 5 ounce, the 10 ounce. If you're in a city area, I just pelt it with 3 ounce muffins. I go to plazas and throw them up on the roofs. Go in ditches, throw them in bushes where they won't be seen. Just get your area and get it north, south, east, and west. Do a loop around your area. You know, go out and get the cow fields and the corn fields. And you know, if you're in suburbs, it's a little bit harder, but you can lop these things up in people's gutters and they won't know. So what you want to do is get the little ones, because I like the little ones. You can hide them better. And once you get out away from towns and cities, you can get the bigger ones, and they'll cover 5 miles of atmosphere miles. But when you're inside of a city, you know, your atmosphere miles get blocked because of all the trees, the buildings, things like that. And so you just need to use more argon. Because, you know, if you were out on a good day, out in a country field, and driving down the highway, one little puck, a 3 ounce puck, would cover 2 miles. I would throw one every 2 miles. A 5 ounce I would throw every 5 miles, or 3 or 4 miles, and a 10 ounce every 6 miles. That just depends on how well you want to saturate your area. I like to overkill. And so I encourage you guys to at least just get your areas, get your homes, get your neighborhoods, get the places you go to, you know, your stomping grounds, where you bank, where you shop, where you put gas in your car, where your kids go to school. Get those areas as well. Any place that you go, any kind of major routes into your area, so that truckers can get into your area with food and supplies. And so while we can, we need to be getting our entire areas. And just ask the Lord, ask Him to show you where to put them. He's great to take out on Oregon missions. Because he's a lot of fun. I'll tell you exactly where to put them. How do I listen to the show? The on-air button just saves on my computer. I don't know. I haven't had it. It's the first time I've heard of that problem. Try a different browser instead of the one you're using. Question from a listener. Does the Oregon pendant only work if you wear it? Hillary Clinton is coming to my college tomorrow. I forgot to bring back some Oregon with me after spring break and only have my pendant. I was thinking I could hide it near the entrance to the building or something. Is Clinton even a shapeshifter? Does she just do their bidding? I don't think she's a shapeshifter, but don't quote me on it. She's a very high-ranking Mother of Darkness witch. She very well could be a shapeshifter. There are some who believe that she shapeshifted and scared the life out of Princess Diana when Princess Diana came to America, and that's how she got Princess Diana to drop her plans to go after John Kennedy Jr. and run back to Europe. Yeah, that would do it. Change in front of a lizard to in front of her. I really don't know if she is. She's not as dominant as a lizard as others because she's such a possessed witch. Literally possessed witch. And so, but she does protect the agenda. She works the Omegan agenda. I have a website with her and Al Gore and Dick Cheney at OmegansAreLiars.com. And so her being a shapeshifter, I just wouldn't be surprised at all. Yeah, you could take your pendant, just wear it, just walk right into wherever they are, and just leave it on. It'll annoy them. Anybody who's got, people like Benny Hinn or Obama coming to your area, try to get there before they get there and throw some Oregon up on the roof of wherever they're going to be. Or even inside the facility they're going to be at. So it has time to assimilate in the air. I always tell people don't expect results right away. Sometimes it can take a couple days for the Oregon to saturate into the atmosphere above your home and area. And then you hear from other people where it was immediate. That they started seeing effects immediately. And so that's really just at the Lord's hands. It's His product. It's at His hands. He can do it, saturate your area immediately or make you wait a few days. Question from a listener. Have you seen the 2006 miniseries Invasion? The show is really good, reveals a lot of truth concerning aliens and military conspiracies. Yeah, I did see it a couple times, and I just got so tired of the whole soap opera thing. I did like the storyline, though. I just think the characters they had playing the people were killing the series. That EMT guy was just so annoying, that soap opera guy, and he just made the whole series annoying. I couldn't watch it. But yeah, and notice it was a swamp in Florida. Because southern Florida, there's huge underground base off the tip of southern Florida. And just all kinds of problems with Florida in general, with aliens, as it is. And so interesting that they picked that location for the series. Question from a listener. Hi, Sherry, I'm really scared. I don't know where to go. I don't have much money to do anything. What is there for me to do? Subject, what will you do yourself? The Book of Clockwork says there will be 5 blackouts until the end of God bless. And no, killing yourself is not the answer, because the Lord is going to, those who are seeking Him and have their eyes open and are seeking Him, He will protect. Don't take one part of Scripture and throw out another. In Revelation chapter 3, He will protect the Church of Philadelphia, and then He describes who this Church of Philadelphia is. It is the ones that are truth seekers. If you read between the lines, it's the truth seekers and those who are seeking Him and not embroiled with all these churchdom deceptions right now. And so if you're even listening to me and you're worried about what's coming, then you have a heart for the Lord. You have a heart for the truth. And so just go to Him and ask Him for His protection, because He will protect those who truly seek and love Him. Martial law is going to be a time of testing for Him, to test the majority of the bride who say they love Him and do nothing for Him. They just sit in these religious boxes week after week after week. Question from a listener. You said earlier that you had some information to tell us, but you weren't sure if you could reveal it to us because the government is listening. Can you go into detail on what this is to repairs? That would serve no purpose. No, I can't. That just prevents things, and I already told you about last year anyway. I told you what else. I'll tell you eventually. The problem with revealing info is if I reveal info, they change their plans. And so we don't always necessarily want them to change their plans. Because then they change to something